Hey, Antonio, your first snap as a Razorback winds up in a touchdown. What were your keys on that play, and how did it happen?
Um, my keys on that play, I was really just showing out in the box, apex, and kind of just gap opened up. My DN got upfield because it was pass. He got a great rush. And, D line, my two nose guards was getting a good push on their O line, and then I kind of just scooted in the gap and just jumped.
Yeah,
Boom.
well, how did it feel that your first touch, so to speak, is a pick six, and it opens the scoring for Arkansas in that game?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great experience for me. Just coming out of the tunnel was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Seeing all those fans that's wearing the same colors that I'm wearing, and they're cheering for me, for us, the Hogs, and I play for the Hogs, so that was a really good good opportunity there for me.
Hey, Pooh, you look pretty hungry when you got in there in the second half. Can you maybe just kind of talk about your mindset for that game?
The mindset that I had going in was really just to dominate. I sat out the first half due to a targeting call of last week, so I didn't really get to play the whole game. So going in, I just wanted to make an impact, and that was Coach Pittman put a real emphasis on that. He came up to me. It was numerous times he come up to me in practice, and he was telling me like, you're not going to be out there the first half, but when you get out there, you need to, you know, basically introduce yourself again and things like that. So when I got out there, I just thought to myself, I need to make plays. I need to put my name back out there.
What'd you think of Antonio's play, being in the right place right there?
Man, if I give y'all my honest reaction, I was really like caught off guard when he caught it. But it was just an instant, like as soon as he jumped and caught it, like I just instantly started running down the sideline with him, like a proud parent or something. So I'm just chasing him down the sideline the whole time. And man, like he said, it was just a electric atmosphere, and it was just a great experience.
Okay, hey, I want to ask both y'all real quick about maybe a scouting report on BYU. Pooh, you guys won pretty handily there last year. Is there, reason to, not have a letdown and when you face them? And can you talk about, the weapons they have on offense, and then Antonio, if you could?
We just treat every game. We treat every game like we playing against ourselves. We play the Arkansas standard in every game. BYU is a great team, by the way. They have a history of winning, as we can see. They have a great head coach. The running back, they're pretty good. Number 2 and 20, they're two decent good backs. They have a really good tight end, number 83. And they also put number 99 back there at tight end. He's a great run blocker and things like that. They usually use him for like match protection and things like that. But overall, great team, highly competitive and well coached.
And Antonio, any thoughts about facing BYU? What you see out of them?
Really, Pooh hit it on the head. To be honest, he kind of covered all aspects of them. But they're a great team, like he said. And the main thing that I just took from what he said was, we playing the Hogs. You know what I'm saying? That we go out and play to our standard, and really not focus on the opponent. We'll have a good game. We'll dominate these guys.
Trey.
Yeah, both you guys have, kind of dealt with injuries from fall camp and stuff. And Pooh, you had obviously the suspension. How frustrating was that to, with so much competition at the linebacker room, and just how eager were you guys to finally get out there when you had the opportunity? Just for both of you.
Honestly, I really didn't look at it as a frustrating aspect. I just looked at it, as sitting back and just being a leader, just sitting back and just coaching up the guys that's sitting there like Brad Spence and things like that. And then, just keeping the injury alive on the sidelines. I understand that I was, injured, and I understand that I had got the targeting call and things like that. But, that doesn't stop the leadership aspect of things. And so I just prided myself on, just being vocal with the guys and keeping spirits high. So, there wasn't really any frustration, because I knew that the defense was in great hands with the guys that were displayed out there. They did a great job during the week preparing themselves, so I was confident.
Antonio?
For me, it wasn't frustrating at all. I always keep God first in my life. You know what I'm saying? And whatever He has for me will be for me. So it was just like another obstacle that was just thrown in my way, and then wasn't fazed by it. Got upset here and there, but not much, man. I just kept God first, stay prayed up, and I just took it day by day.
When you look at BYU and Arkansas too, I mean, Arkansas's had a little bit more success running, but both teams kind of not getting off the ground the way they want running the ball. What have you guys seen when you look at BYU running the ball? And, I mean, I'm sure you guys see some areas where they could probably improve, and probably have.
Just watching film on those guys, like I said, they have a great team. So, like those guys, they take it day by day. I can tell just by watching the film. And they also have a great offensive line and things like that. They got some guys that return. They lost a few people, but they replaced them with some good competition up front. So, as long as we go out there and we play to the standard, we should be fine.
Antonio, you got kind of like a throwback look out there. You got the neck roll from like the 90s and single digit linebacker. Is that something that you play into on purpose, or is that just a style thing, or what's the neck roll for?
Yeah, I've just been doing that since high school. I always wanted to be like Ray Lewis growing up. My dad used to send me videos of him and just motivational speeches. I always just watched him growing up, wanted to imitate my game after him. So that's kind of just where I get it from.
Thanks, fellas.
Bob.
Hey guys. Hey, Pooh, I get that, you wanted to keep a positive attitude when maybe you're a little banged up and had to sit out, but just, from a physical standpoint, I guess, are you 100%? Just, it looks like now there's nothing to restrict you, whether it's your knee or the targeting deal. Just how anxious you to just get out there and kind of just go off on somebody.
Man, I'm highly excited. This is my, first real game is playing a full game and things like that. And just to get in front of the Razorback crowd, just the atmosphere and just the energy that they bring. I just know, man, it's going to be a great Saturday. And, I sat back and, I just prided myself on, once I come back, I got a lot to make up for. And that's fine. I just want to sit back, and just first off, like Antonio said, just thank God for everything and go out there and play my best brand of football. I'm excited. I'm anxious. I'm ready.
Yeah, I think in the old, I didn't really pay attention to see on the sideline, but I think in the old days, if players got ejected for targeting, they had to stay in the locker room or so. But you were able to be out there the whole half, and if so, kind of what was it like watching?
Back in the day.
So I was able to stay on the sideline. I was able to stay on the sideline, and it just to me, like I said earlier, it wasn't it wasn't anything for me to just keep on leading those guys and just keep being that positive role model for those guys and things like that. So even though I had got thrown out of the game and I knew what I had done was wrong at the time, and I talked to coaches and the players and things like that, and I apologized to them, but I sat back and, I just kept bringing the energy. They came over. I showed them things that they could do that'll help them put them in better position and things like that. So, I just kept the leadership aspect alive once I got taken out the game.
And then, Tony, you've been here a few months now and gotten to know Pooh pretty well, I assume. But you're older, but he's been here longer. Kind of what and he seems like a team leader for a young guy. What's your take on Pooh, just from a total standpoint as a team guy? Kind of linebacker he is.
He's a real stand-up guy. You know what I'm saying? Not only is he my teammate, my brother, he's also my fraternity brother. I was able to watch him go through things within his fraternity journey and was able to help him out. And that was a great experience for me as well as for him, and kind of brought our bond together off the field, which is for surely more important because I'll for surely fight for him even more on the field. But he's a great guy, great kid, you know what I'm saying? Stand-up guy, like I said. I know he'll go for you. I know that for sure. You know what I'm saying? Great leader. You don't stop talking on the sideline. Sometimes I'll be telling him to be quiet. He don't stop talking. Good, energized guy, always energized, whether if it's lift or always asking questions in meetings and taking notes and stuff like that. So he's a great person and really great person to be around.
Thanks.
Jackson.
Well, after all those nice words from Antonio, I just want to check, Pooh, are you saying you were, caught off guard because you were surprised he caught the ball? Like, why were you caught off guard by Antonio's interception on the touchdown?
It was just like it was just a great instinctive play. And like, sitting there, you thinking, he ran up, things like that. Because he put himself in perfect position. Like, I didn't know, that he was just gonna run up and just, vertical jump and intercept the ball. So when he did catch it, all I could do was just jump up and just start like I said, just start running down the sideline with him. Like, like soon as he caught, I just jumped up, I dropped my helmet, jumped up with him, and I ran down the sideline with him until he was in the end zone. So it wasn't that I knew he can catch. He be catching all the passes to Indy and stuff like that. So, he got great hands. So I knew he would catch it if he did get his hands on the ball. But it just caught me off guard in that aspect.
I got you. Just wanted to clarify for both of you. I mean, it's been a pretty good start for the defense, and this is kind of like the biggest, no offense to the other two teams, but the biggest test of the year so far. Just what are you liking most from what you've seen from the defense that you feel like can kind of be consistent throughout the season?
Guys who just want to compete, people that, just love the game of football and just love what they do and do it with a passion and things like that. So, that's one thing I can say we've been consistent on. It's always going to be something that you have to fix after the game. No team is perfect. No game plan is perfect, things of that nature. Everybody mess up. But the way that we go out there and we carry ourselves, the mentality that we have, that's what stays consistent. That's what keeps me excited every weekend, every day.
Demetrius.
I know Antonio Grier kind of mentioned his connection with Omega Sci-Fi. Can you talk about the celebration that everybody kind of did on that play with you, Cam Ball, and Grier out there, and what it means to be out there with your frat brothers?
Well, first off, it was a great play by Pooh's goal line. They was really trying to run the ball down our throat. Man, me personally, from my point of view, I was kind of just setting the edge, coming up the edge, and all I just hear is just cloud. That was just Pooh Paul coming downhill, man, making a great play, and I was more than excited for him because Coach T, we practice that drill so much. We do it in Indy, and then just to see that translate from Indy or from practice to the game, it was great to watch it, and it was a great play. It was a great play, and just having the guys out there, man, it's just you know what I'm saying? It's I can't even explain it, to be honest with you. It's a great experience, and one in a lifetime, to be honest with you, to have 3 dogs on the field like that. I mean, the picture was amazing that we had, and for all of us just to be out there, and the brotherhood that we share together is also amazing. So it was really good experience.
Paul, can you comment on that as well?
And honestly, with this, as far as like the celebration standpoint, it just shows that the love that we have for each other runs deeper than just ball and things of that nature. Like he said, we have a great relationship off the field. So, it pushes us to go harder for each other on the field and things like that. So us doing the celebration wasn't just, just doing that just to look cool and things like that. It was just for us to show like the genuine love that we have and the excitement that we have for each other. So that was as far as like the celebration aspect.
And also for everyone watching, please don't try to do that. It's kind of like a tad bit disrespectful for us. I just wanted y'all to know that.
Daniel.
Guys, wanted to touch on BYU for a second. What specific challenges does the quarterback present to y'all? He's been well traveled for a while. For either of you who wants to take it.
Just a great leader. You could tell the offense revolves around him, and he's really probably just a great overall guy. I can see that everybody, like I said, I can see everybody on offense respects him, respects his game. He has good vision, great arm, by the way. He does a great job with selling out his fakes and things like that. So it's gonna be a challenge for us this week, and we're ready for it.
Bob, last one.
Oh, okay, yeah, Pooh, I forgot to ask you about that fourth down play. I mean, you made quite a few plays once you were able to get out there, but what was your perspective on that play at the goal line? I think maybe it was a second down. I might be wrong about that.
It was third. It was a third down play, yes, sir. And like I said, it was just really just going back on when I was saying, man, just going out there and having a dominating performance. Like I sat back the whole first half. When I came back, I told myself I got to make it up to these guys. I got to make me some plays. And my pops always told me, big-time players make big-time plays when it comes down to it. And so I came down and I made a big-time play. And, it was just really exciting.
Yeah, and Antonio, I think that'd be the dream of any defensive player to score a touchdown. But you scored one a couple of years ago. You had a pick six against, I think it was Tulsa. How cool is that to score 2 touchdowns as a defensive player?
Be honest with you, I'm looking to score more. That was just a start, great start that I had. Grateful for my D linemen and my DBs that was out there that was covering very well, and the D line getting a great push up front, so I can jump in the window and catch up and catch the ball, and even blocking for me to be able to get into the end zone, and we practice that a lot as well. We do it before games, so it was, like I said, it was really good to translate that from practice and things like that into a real life game experience. And it was, the best thing I liked was the crowd. Like it was crazy. It was unbelievable. I can't wait to get to BYU this week weekend and see the atmosphere. I know the fans are going to be out there, not going to be as hot, and it's going to be a great. I just can't wait. It's going to be a great experience.
And Pooh, you've had 2 games, 2 linebacker pick sixes. Is there any kind of competition going on between you guys? Like, do you feel like, well, man, I got to give me one too?
Man,
Oh, yeah.
okay, I'm glad you said that because I
It
sat
is.
back. I sat back on the linebacker in the linebacker room the other day, and I told him, I said, man, I gotta be next, and I gotta be next to catch a pick six, you know. And so, like I was just messing around with those guys, and I was telling them, you know, Brad Spence first series out there, he caught a pick six, and then Antonio's first play of him being a Razorback was a pick six. So I was like, man, I gotta be next. So. You know, it's not really a competition. We all, you know what I'm saying? We all happy for each other. Like I said, like once Antonio caught the pick six, man, you could see like the happiest people out there was the linebackers because we like to see a success from each other. But yeah, I'm gonna be next.
And Antonio, can you make that sound effect again? When Pooh hit the guy, what was that word you used?
Wow. Like, oh yeah. We joke about that like all the time in team room and stuff, team meeting. Just
Okay, thanks. I was very. You have to tell me how to spell that.
okay then. I gotta learn how to spell it too, boss.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, guys. Just curious your overall thoughts on matching up with BYU, returning to Fayetteville, and an opportunity to play those guys again.
Yeah, kind of like what the defensive guys are saying is BYU is a great team. They win every year. They win. They have a great head coach. They're a super disciplined team and they play super, super hard. We have a lot of respect for them and we're preparing really hard to get ready for them.
AJ?
I would say it's just another challenge. We played them last year, but that was last year. There's going to be a new team coming in. They're going to fight. We're going to fight. Somebody has to go down, but either way, it's like I said, it's going to be a fight.
I'm just curious for both of you guys with the running game. Brady, your thoughts on how you guys were run blocking, AJ finding the hole. Actually, I mean, I think you found the hole probably as well as any back on Saturday, but just your guys' thoughts on just continuing to improve in that area and what you've done this week.
Yeah, so we've had a huge emphasis on getting to fits and driving. You know, the line's gone together and the run game is kind of what we want like to be known for. We've had success in the pass and run game and we want to continue to have success. So we've taken these challenges really personal and it's something that we're going to get fixed and we're working really hard at.
Yeah, I would say, like he said, I mean, it's really a challenge now. And obviously we got new people on the line. We have some people to left. So we're not all comfortable yet. And that's what we've been working on every single day. So the run game, as you can see, is just going to keep getting better from now on. And we're going to learn to execute our plays better.
Thanks, guys.
Tom.
Hey, AJ, you got the start last week, and I mean, till Rocket comes back, I guess you guys are going to kind of be, you know, mixing it up. How does it feel maybe, you know, going out there with a starting unit?
It felt good, but I mean, I'm out there with the starting unit a lot. So it wasn't really anything different to me. It was just, I got the ball first last game, but I mean, it's like the same looks that we get. So.
I got you. Hey, Brady, you guys really kind of overpowered BYU last year, particularly in the second half. Is there any concern that maybe guys might underestimate what they have this year?
No, I don't think there's any concern that we're going to underestimate BYU. We're playing them again, but we have a really new team. We've got a lot of new guys up front. We got new guys at almost every position. We got guys who This is their first year being Razorbacks. We got a lot of transfers. So this is a new team. They're a new team. They're a really good team. We've watched a lot of their film. They won a lot of games. So we're not underestimating them at all.
AJ, any concerns there?
No, just like Brady said, really don't matter. No matter what team comes in here, we're never going to underestimate them. We're going to play them as we were playing Bama. We're playing, as Coach Pitt likes to say, the Green Bay Packers. So,
All right, and AJ, just maybe what you make of the BYU defense in particular, because they've got a lot of changes, new guys on their defense.
It's kind of similar to last year, but now they play more of a one safety high look. Their players fly around. They run to the ball. They're really physical, and we just gotta match their intensity or even overmatch it.
Gotcha. And my last question, Brady, your thoughts about BYU, what you're up against, the personnel?
Yeah, they have a really talented defensive line. They have some really good linebackers. They're really smart, and they play super hard. They give us a lot of different looks, which we're going to need to prepare for and be ready. We're going to need to spend some extra time in the film room, make sure that we know the looks and that we're comfortable with them. It'll be a good challenge, and we're up for it, and we're excited for Saturday.
Bob.
And I know he's obviously on the other side of the ball, but Pooh was banged up in camp, and then he got ejected in the opener, and then he had to sit out the first half. And it seems like maybe he's finally full go physically and doesn't have any restrictions on him. Just kind of what do you guys expecting from Pooh on Saturday? And as a relatively young player, just still a third-year guy, redshirt sophomore, how important is he to you guys?
Yeah, he's super important to us. He's a great guy. He's a vocal leader. He plays hard all the time. He brings fire and juice to the defense. Every time Pooh's on the field, we expect him to make plays, and he's a great guy to have back.
Yeah, I would piggyback off of what he said. He's one of those guys that brings a lot of energy to the defensive side of the ball. I mean, he's gonna fly around. He's gonna find a way to the ball. He's either gonna make the play or make the play for somebody else. So he's definitely somebody that will make a big impact on the game.
And then for both y'all, BYU is a Big 12 team now, and the SEC's gotten off to kind of a rough start in some of these marquee matchups. I think 3-6 against Power 5 teams, and is that something you guys think about at all? SEC versus Big 12, kind of holding up the SEC banner. Does that enter into it at all?
No, it doesn't really cross our mind. We have a lot of pride about being in the SEC. That's really cool, but there are good conferences and good teams all over the country, so that hasn't been an emphasis.
Same thing he said.
Okay, just got one more. I guess I spoke and missed on that one. Brady, you were talking about their personnel, defensive line number. I think it's number 95. Caden Hawes. He's actually from Pulaski Academy. I know that's a different part of the state. You wouldn't have played against him or anything in high school. But I was wondering, 95. Do you have any impressions on that guy?
He's a great player. I've actually know a lot of PA guys. I used to room with Hudson Henry and JD White, and I'm really good friends with Luke Jones from playing with him for so long. And I know one thing is, like, those PA guys, they're smart and they're going to play really hard. So I remember him from last year, and I expect him to be the same way.
Okay, thanks.
Jackson.
Hey guys, for both of y'all, from our vantage point, it seems like the offense got a little bit better on Saturday when KJ started running the football, more. What is it like when he does get running, not only from just a scheme set, but an emotional set for you guys on the offense? Does it make a difference when he kind of adds that element to the offense and maybe just everybody's a little bit more fired up?
I don't know if I know in the past and big games and stuff like that, when KJ's run down the field and he lowers the shoulder instead of sliding or something, it always gets me a little bit juiced. Like, if my quarterback's going to go lay someone out, then shoot, I can dig deep and keep going. So KJ getting physical definitely makes me want to play harder.
Yeah, that always brings extra juice just to see him make big plays, like plays that really aren't expected. Well, it's kind of expected now because we've seen it so many times. But last game we had a couple drops to start, and he just felt like, okay, we're not there yet. So he just started running the ball whenever he could, and that just juiced up the rest of the team, like Brady said. And that really opened up a lot of more things because now they have to watch KJ in the box and make sure he's not able to get out. So the receivers were able to get open, and it was just history from there.
Thanks, guys.
Daniel.
Well, to y'all, Coach Pittman has mentioned that y'all only had 7 drives all of last Saturday, and for the most part, the number of plays is down. I'm just wondering if that's something that the coaching staff has talked to both of y'all about.
Well, they haven't talked about that to us. There's some new clock rules with football, so the games have been going faster. And but yeah, the games fly by.
Yeah, I don't really have a comment on that one. The games do seem a little faster to me. I wish we get the ball more, but we can't really control really how that goes. So
Thanks, guys.
Bob, last one.
Yeah, it's not, okay. Oh, sorry. I was looking at the hand thing. It should go down. Finally getting the hang of the Zoom after 5 years. You guys are talking about KJ being physical. Speaking of that, what do you remember about that play last year where about 5 BYU guys had a shot at him and he stayed upright and hit, I think it was Trey, for a big gainer? And what do y'all remember about that play? Does that fire you up when you see something like that?
Well, it's not my favorite play to watch since he almost got sacked, but we see it a lot. It's all over Instagram, all over social media. We're really lucky to have a player like KJ who can bail us out and make big plays when we need him to.
yeah, same here. It's funny how he always talks about how he lifts weights, but I really think that's just more of a balance thing. But I mean, y'all don't have to tell him that.
No, I'm sure he likes to watch the Zooms. I just got one more. Brady, you were banged up in camp, and then you had to miss first game. Last week was your first game back. Kind of, do you feel better now? Like you're better prepared? Got knocked the rust off, or kind of how do you feel going into your second game back now?
Yeah, I feel great. My body feels good. I'm excited for BYU. I prepare hard every single week, no matter what, but I'm definitely really excited for this weekend night game at home. There's nothing like being at home with a home crowd, so I'm excited.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys.
Good stuff, guys. Appreciate you.